Some people might want to know how to open a can using a spoon. So I'm going to show you how. Alright, so you take the spoon in your hand, you put it in your palm of your hand, and grab onto it pretty tight. Then you're going to take that and you're going to push it down and go back and forth, pushing down into the can. You're going to try and soften the can. That spot's not really working very good. Okay, then you push down and you break through. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you work your way around the can by pushing in and going around. Alright, so voila! Peach!
Next time you find yourself having a hard time opening a tightly closed jar, try using duct tape. Just tear off about a 1-foot piece of duct tape and then wrap it around the edge of the lid. Then fold the first few inches down onto the lid to help hold it in place, and fold the rest of the duct tape in half to help make it a little bit sturdier. Grab the jar with one hand and pull the duct tape with the other, and the lid should come loose. If you're dealing with a particularly evil lid and your duct tape keeps breaking, try using multiple layers of duct tape. This will make it a little bit stronger. Well, there's yet another way you can use duct tape. Have fun.
Have you ever been in this position? Really nice bottle of wine, no corkscrew. How do you open it? I'll show you. First of all, take the capsule off. Voila. Secondly, you need a pair of shoes. Just one will do it. Bottle of wine, a shoe, and a wall. Place bottle in shoe and start banging. Cork begins to pop up. Do the rest by hand. Et voila.
This is a typical spray bottle. It's pretty useful, but it has some limitations. The sprayer can only work while the end of the suction tube is submerged. So if you try to spray something at too much of an angle, the sprayer stops working. But with some simple modifications, you can make a spray bottle that works in any orientation. For this project you'll need a spray bottle, an 8-inch piece of flexible tubing with a 1/8 inch inner diameter, 5 1/4-inch stainless steel nuts, and a pair of scissors. Start by cutting the suction tube, leaving about 1 inch of the original tube sticking out past the screw cap. Then twist on the piece of flexible tubing. Lastly, twist on the 1/4-inch nuts to the bottom of the flexible tube. By using a weighted flexible tube, the end of the suction tube will naturally fall to the lowest point of the container where the liquid will pool. This lets the end of the tube stay submerged regardless of how the bottle is positioned. Try it out. It works pretty well, at least until the steel weights start to rust. If you're taking your pasta out of the water and putting it directly on the plate, and then putting your sauce right on top of the pasta, then you're doing it all wrong. Most people are inclined to dump all the water and the pasta out in the colander in the sink. Don't throw away the starchy water. You're going to want to save that water because that's going to come in handy later. Rinsing out with cold water is also wrong. It gets rid of all the starch, and you need the starch because it's going to give you a silky mouthfeel. I see too many people cook their pasta, put it in the colander, and then they start working on their sauce and let the pasta get cold and sticky. Don't dump the sauce on top of the sticky, lukewarm pasta on the plate. That's just wrong. Now I'm going to show you the right way to sauce your pasta. Take the hot pasta out of the pasta water and put it inside the pot with the hot sauce. And we're going to cook it together like a minute. That way the pasta can absorb some of the sauce and it's just going to become this great tasting stew together. Now you didn't dump the pasta water down the sink. We still have a little of that starchy water, and we're going to add some of that water to the sauce to help it give it that shiny, yummy flavor. After the pasta and the sauce have cooked together for like a minute, we're going to turn the heat off and we're going to finish with a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of cheese. It's what the Italians call manticare, which means to cream or to make really smooth. If you're going to add fresh herbs, it's always best to put them at the end and mix it inside the pasta instead of sprinkling on top. If you've done all these things right, you've got a great plate of pasta.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody kidnaps you and they zip tie your wrists together in front of you, which is kind of dumb, but that's how amateur people do it. Then the way to get out of them is you just want to tighten them as much as you can and put the connections, like this one's too. You want to put the connections in the space between your wrists. So right there. And then make sure you know where your hip bones are, because you don't want to stab yourself in the stomach, and a lot of people do that because they think that they can just break it. But your forearms are going to end up on your hip bones, and you just have to give a lot of power and just pull straight down. So just oh wait, don't tighten up. Somebody tighten it. Just pull on it.
Well, how do you tighten it yourself?
Pull it with your teeth.
Whoa. Yay.
方法とは？
これ
間にこう入れて、
ヘッドレストの金具を窓枠に差し込み、テコの原理で力を加えます。すると
割れた。
女性の力でも割ることができました。
割れた。おお、すげえ。
窓が割れれば外と中の水圧が均等になり、ドアを開けて脱出することができるのです。
So here's the fastest way to vote in a group, none of that stuff required. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Hands up if you're good with Steak Shack, hands up if you're good with Burger Barn, hands up if you're good with Veggie Villa. Boom, election over, Burger Barn domination. This time, everybody gets to live. The difference, letting people vote more than once. If you're in a group and picking from several options quickly, this is the way to go. It's world-changingly great at stopping arguments like, for example, in a classroom. Hey kids, we're going to watch a movie today because I just can't anymore. So let's go. Hands up for Terminator 2, hands up for Spirited Away, hands up for WALL-E. Done. WALL-E it is. Lazy bonus, if you're in charge of the vote, no need to keep an eye out for those aspiring dictators who subvert democracy by voting more than once. Voting more than once is the whole point. So next time you're in a group trying to decide, don't just ask for the favorite, ask for all the okays. Best way to decide quickly, no pen or paper or nerd required.